Hi, I'm Brody Barnes and today I'm making cornmeal. First, I'm going to start off by adding all the dry ingredients. This is 1 cup of yellow cornmeal. This is half a cup of flour. This is 1 teaspoon of salt. This is 1 tablespoon of baking powder. And this is half a teaspoon of baking soda. While I'm mixing this together, I'll tell you a little bit about the origins. The earliest known recipe for cornbread was made in 1796 and was made by Native Americans. They cultivated the corn and ground maize to make simple breads. This spread to the colonists soon after. Whenever they got the recipe though, they began to modify it. Cornbread was a big part of life for colonists because there was a big lack of crops outside of corn, especially in wheat, which was also a big way to make bread for them. They usually just ate meat like cornbread as like a regular meal, and just like a regular source of nutrients. It wasn't really ate on special occasions or anything like that. Now I'm gonna mix all the wet ingredients. This is half a cup of milk. 1 cup of buttermilk. This is half a cup of milk. And then this is an egg. I chose this recipe because my family, we eat a lot of cornbread, and it's a big part of our meals. We eat a lot of cornbread basically, so it's a big part of our lives. Right now I'm just mixing all the wet ingredients together, and I'm about to pour it in with the dry ingredients. Now I'm just going to start mixing these together. Now I'm adding some melted butter. Now I'm just going to mix that in. Now I'm going to go get a cast iron skillet out of the oven. Now that all my ingredients are together and in the pan, I'm going to put it in the oven for 20 minutes. Alright, it's in the oven for 20 minutes, and now I'm going to take it out because it's done baking. While I'm waiting for it to cool down, I'm going to finish answering the other questions. I found this recipe interesting because it uses like a lot of simple ingredients, but it ends up like looking nothing like it in the end. And it was mostly easy for me to find the ingredients because we had a lot of them already. And the instructions were easy to follow too, because it was a really simple, simple recipe. While I wait for it to cool down, cooking and baking today differ from cooking back then because now we have electricity and things like ovens, and like the ingredients are a little bit differently, and it's a lot easier getting the ingredients because of different we can just go to the store and buy them whenever they would have to go out and harvest them themselves. I used for the background, I used ProfessorTorbitts.com and Institute of Culinary Education, and then for my recipe, it was by Reed Drummond. I'm just gonna put a little butter on it because I usually put butter on my cornbread. I like the taste. Tastes pretty good to me, and I think most people would probably like the taste as well.